Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a show that I feel that this is one of the shows I never thought possible to do. Well, one of the shows I said we're going to do a review on. This summer, just to confirm, this summer I'm covering not one, not two, not three, not four, but five freaking shows. Five shows. I want to cover rom-coms like the one with the blonde hair girl who came back, But I'm covering two rom-coms that I dearly love to talk about. My Dressed Up Darling Season 2, Rent a Girlfriend Season 2. I'm covering Rising of the Shield Hero because that's my show. And I'm covering that Yuri anime, which is, by the way, like I said, Yuri anime needs some love. Now, there's two things I want to talk about this show because this show got me going. Just looking at the first episode, and it was one of my five shows I was going to talk about. Turkey. Now, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who fell off, well, I don't say fell off a cliff, but you guys know bowling. Everybody loves bowling. Bowling is a sport that is a sport, yes, and people love bowling because it's one of those things where you get a strike. When you play Wii bowling, when you play Wii Sports and play Wii bowling, and all those games involve bowling with the Wii remote, which I had a remote with me. But yeah, the purpose of bowling is to get as one point, knock down as many pins. Turkey is a term where you get 3 strikes in a row. That's turkey. And there are some moves like a snake eyes, 7-10 split, or all those kind of 1-10 split, whatever you call it. But that's how turkey. In Turkey, bowling has maneuvers. People have positions of how they play bowling. They curve the ball this way. They go straight but turn. They turn straight but turn right. They have different maneuvers. Bowling people have these maneuvers. I have a cousin who goes to bowling. He has a bowling team and he goes to tournaments and they kick ass. But still, bowling is that show. That's number one. So bowling, I get why bowling people don't think bowling as that kind of thing, because I get it. The high IQs of the world, the blue locks of the world, that's the sport that everybody would talk about. Like croquet basket because it's basketball. But when you look at bowling feel like it's left off. That's number one. Number two, it's a female sports anime. Now, I get it. I feel that female sports animes need to be talked more. I feel like it should. The downside is female sports animes don't get a lot of love. It's because, one, when you mention a female sports anime to everyone, the first thing that comes to my mind is, no, I ain't gonna watch it because it's fan service. Excuse me, how many male sports animes you've watched that got male fan service? I mean, look at Blue Lock. Every time they take their shirts off, you already know that's fan service. Just look at Haikyuu. They got fan service there too. Yuri on Ice, same thing. Skate, same thing. What I'm saying is, male sports animes get the pass because it's the male sport thing. But when you look at the female sports animes, people downgrade it because when you mention a female sports animes, it's gonna have fan service. But here's the thing, female sports animes do have the love. I mean, look at Hanbado, that badminton anime. Look at, I know people won't say Keijo, but Keijo is a sport. Keijo, Haruka Receive, which is a volleyball. What else? Rock climbing girls, when they do the rock climbing anime. Remember that one? Again, most female sports anime needs some loving. But this one right here, I never thought this first introduction of this show, I never thought possible. This is one of those biggest twists I've never seen in a sports anime. And this is one of them. So without further ado, let me get right to it. This show called Turkey, Time to Strike, or you could just call it Turkey. Now, I kind of took notes here, so bear with me on the names here. I kind of took their notes on the names. So let's get started. Okay, now, this is the year where bowling becomes a thing. This is our first ever female bowling anime. Matter of fact, this is our first ever bowling anime. And I don't think we ever had a bowling anime. I think to me, it was the first time we had a bowling anime. Now, for those of you, like I said before, bowling is a sport where you put your hands in the hole and just spin it. That bowling ball that has lightweight, medium, heavyweight, and you curve the ball into it. Now, not everybody's good at it. I mean, I'm not good at bowling. I really how hard it is to just swerve it. But it all depends on the wrist. But I rest my case. So anyway, you got Mai, who is the captain, very outspoken, very friendly to the. Well, the opening starts with something sad, but it shows this tournament where you got 5 friends. You got Mai, who's the captain, outspoken. You got Rina, who's the blue hair, which I can't stand right now because she's so strict. You got Sayuri, the tall green hair, Nozomi, the blonde hair, and Nana, the pink hair. with purple hair with glasses. These 5 are part of a team, and I did see the 2 background people. They're from D4DJ. If you look at the blue hair girl, I think that she's from Photon Maiden. But I read about here and there. But anyway, you get to see how bowling makes things really good to a point where you look at them, they swerve the ball. I was in touch by the captain. She is freaking good. Even when they were showing her as a little girl, she was born a professional bowler. Like, come on. But when she gets that snake eyes maneuver, that's a snake eyes in bowling is like the pin was on each end. Like, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it was on a 7 and 10th split. I think that's 7. I think that's the snake eyes. Yeah, that's the snake eyes. But every time she gets to that point, she always hits the gutter. So it's like we know, and by looking at her, I'm like, Mai is a fantastic captain. I just want to know why she keep messing up in that part. And Rina sees something in her, but we don't know. So after they lost, you know, it's one of those like energetic captains where she's like, don't worry, we could win again, this and that. But Rina is so like, I'm starting to hate her the first episode. I know we're early, but she's so serious. She's like, you could have won this. Sorry, you keep hitting gutters. You're just a bench warmer. You're just doing this because you want to be famous. I'm like, come on, be the freaking bowlers. Be serious. This is a tournament to win, not just play a game, not just play around. I get it. There's 2 types of bowlers. There's the fun bowlers who goes with friends and play bowling just for laughs. And there's bowlers who get their own bowling balls, like purchase their own bowling ball set and play like nothing. There are people out there today that get perfect games, just all strikes. But that's what turkey is. Turkey's all 3 strikes is a turkey. But still, that's what it is. So as they walk home, there's that bowling ball that's covered in dirt during construction. But that's here or there. Now, on a rainy day, Mai is still trying to get Rina to not quit. Because she's a quitter. After what they're performing, she wants to quit bowling. Like, legit want to quit. But Mai is telling Rina, I'm going to stop you from doing this. So when Mai challenged her to a bowling match, she landed right into the snake's eyes again. And that was a moment Rina was about to leave. Like, you do the same thing. You do the same thing. You know you're going to hit that strike, but nothing. So this is where bowling and time travel comes in play. How the hell, throughout this moment, where Mike had the ball, the lightning strikes, the arena's off, the bowling alley's off light, and then the bowling ball that's from the covering from all that dirt construction actually got all 5 of them transported to not an isekai but back to the past. Take them right to the 15th, 16th century Sengoku era. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, is this real life? This is bowling? Yo, look, all my sports animes I've watched, you know, it's very common in the sports anime world. You know, people go through problems. There's going to be rivals. There's going to be enemies. There's going to be teams versus teams. It's one of those common sports animes you see. You know, no matter what sports anime, you're going to see that kind of vibe and development. But seeing the first episode of this, where Mai and her friends get sucked back in time to the Sengoku era, I'm like, that's not the cover. That's not the cover. Because I'm looking at the cover. The first time I saw the cover, I saw all 5 of them with their bowling balls and just getting to bowl. But when the second poster came up, I'm looking at the second cover poster and I'm like, the promotional video, and I'm like, how my brain just like, what's happening here? I thought we were just talking about a sports anime. This is sports and travel going on. I'm telling you right now, I was shocked that I didn't even see this coming. I didn't see this coming. Now, listen, we all know the Sengoku era. And I saw trailers to this. They're going to take bowling to a whole nother level in this era. Think about this. I can see, you know what's funny? I can picture myself in those kind of things. Like, can you imagine head chopped off and use them as bowling balls? Oh my God. Oh my God, that could work. Or as torture this is, because there will be some blood. There will be some blood. If you're in that time, if you're in the past, you know damn well there's gonna be some blood, like some Inuyasha bullshit. But still, to have these 5 girls go back in time, or because of because of a bowling ball, and it just takes them back in time to a point, and they're in a time where it's like you picked the wrong time. Like they woke up and it's like you picked a bad time. Now they in a war, like wars already happening, clashing each other. I'm like, yo, bad timing. Not just that, it's just, damn, that's bad timing. But still, you know damn well there's gonna be some blood. Can you? Like I said, they're gonna use their heads as bowling balls. They're gonna use bodies as freaking bowling pins and use a giant boulder to knock them down. But as you're gonna watch it, you're gonna realize something. They're gonna use bowling ideas as strategies in this era. I can see that. I can see that. When you have your knowledge of bowling and you put it into the air and time traveling time, you know damn well bowling will be used in many ways, shape, or form. So the way I see it, there will be some tears, there will be some blood, there will be some things that symbolizes bowling and all that stuff. And Turkey, using in the era, that could be interesting. And they show new characters. So I can't wait to see where this goes. But overall, though, this episode was a mind-blowing twist. Never thought in my mind that this sports anime was going to go that deep. Like really, not deep, but more like, damn, I didn't even see this coming. I didn't believe that this was going to be some kind of time traveling thing until now. And I try not to see the other promotional videos, but I actually want to see how it is. So then I looked at it, I'm like, there will be some tears, there will be some swords, there will be some blood, there will be some heads using that bowling balls, you name it. It's going to be freaking crazy. And I hope all 5 of them don't make it worse for these 5. Just don't make it worse to these 5. Like the torture, the Higurashi vibe. Please do not make these 5 worse. Worse, worse, I'm talking about like Goblin Slayer worse. Please don't do it for these 5. Please. I hope not. But again, the first episode was a huge twist. I didn't see it coming, and I'm pretty sure everyone felt the same way. So thank you for watching my review of Turkey, episode 1. I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.